The good story today is from a high school student. High school graduation in Lakeville, Massachusetts. The valedictorian, the speaker, Mason Mock, did something different than anyone else had ever done before, at least at that high school, and maybe ever. This was part of his speech.
I wish I could have acknowledged you all, but there was simply not enough time. Instead, I want you to reach under your chairs, where you'll find a personal note that I've written for each of you as a way to say one final goodbye.
He wrote 181 notes, one for each of his classmates. It took him 10 hours and personalized each one of them and signed them. And he got to graduation 90 minutes early and taped them under every seat for every graduate and knew where they were all sitting. That's
something.
My word.
That's memorable.
Yeah.
To go that extra mile and do that. And apparently,
how many notes you said?
181.
181. Do you think around 168, 170, you're like, I'll just copy what I wrote on the first one.
Yeah.
You're awesome in French class.
Apparently, he knew them all personally and was able to write different notes to each of them.
Dear weird kid who eats his own hair, I've always enjoyed your stares.
How about that?
People are gonna, kids are going to compare them too. They're going to sit there and say, "These aren't these
individualized,
mimeographed."
They're all individualized.
Did you get those little note cards when you graduated with your name on them?
Yeah, so you could send
a little box of them.
Yes.
They're like half the size of a business.
Yeah, and there's like 100 of them, and you use 10.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
For what? Why
you put them in your graduation invitation.
In your notes or invitations, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Or you could put them in your yearbook, I guess.
That's right.
God, I had hundreds of them left.
Yeah.
Good point.
I had about 110 left over.
Do they still do that?
Those.
They don't do that anymore.
I don't think so. Not my kid didn't get those. And that's a waste of paper there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he did that.
We all had them.
The other good story is from Orville Allen, other end of the spectrum. He's 98 years old, a veteran of both World War II and Korea, longtime educator in southeastern Missouri, just passed away at the age of 98. He was in great physical condition, but unfortunately died after he slipped and fell and hit his head. And he got a brain swell, and his family was devastated, of course. But as he was slipping away, he was in a coma, and they knew his organs were shutting down. They said to the family, do you think he would he want to donate his liver? We have a candidate that is a match for him if he would donate his liver. And they said, he's 98. The person who received the liver is 72 in Pine Bluff, Missouri, and they did the transplant and it worked. And he is now the record holder for oldest ever organ donor at age 98. Wow. How about that? Cecil Lockhart of West Virginia was the oldest. He donated his liver when he died 3 years ago at the age of 95. This guy, Orville Allen, is 98. And his liver was great, in great shape, they said.
That's good.
And his family said he never drank, he never smoked, he was always in great shape, and he would still be with us if not for the fall, and he hit his head. He fell off the bottom of a ladder, unfortunately.
I don't know how you escaped smoking during World War II and Korea.
They did, yeah.
In the service.
Yeah. His daughter, Michelle, said he lived an amazing life, and he always tried to help people, and they said it was like a gift for them to know that the last thing he would do was help one more person.
How about that?
That's a great life, isn't it?
I never even thought about aging donors.
98.
Livers are, well, I guess you have nobody wants my liver. But
no, God knows.
No.
You won't have to face that, Dave.
They just go right in the bin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You think
it's like a gag gift.
You think will the coroner kind of shoot it like a basketball?
They could. You cut it into pieces, everybody gets a shot.
Yeah. I'm listed as an organ donor, but I think that's more just to surprise them when they say it.
Yeah.
Who are we going to give these to?
We're not going to do that, are we? We're not going to saddle somebody with his.
Where's the liver in there?
You find it.
We're going to need a bigger saw.
Bad story. A woman was almost arrested after berating a mother in a Mexican restaurant because her baby was making noises. In a series of videos taken by the mom, a video of a 50-year-old woman is shown as she nearly got into a fight because at the Mexican restaurant, the baby made some noise. Now, the mother swears the baby wasn't even crying or anything, just making some cooing noises. But we have a little bit of the fight, and the cops were called.
It's a baby. It is a baby. Are you
don't bring your baby in the
yelling at me, goddamn.
A lot of cursing, a lot of yelling.
We never even heard the baby over there.
I went to the bathroom earlier. I could hear the baby in the bathroom. I'm sitting right there.
What baby? If we stay, people are going to jail. Okay. So get your food to go, pay your check, and go. Okay.
Cops had cooler heads prevailing, saying, get your food to go, pay your check, and leave, or we're going to have to arrest somebody. That's at the Jalapeno Grill in Jackson, Mississippi, where the altercation
What
took
you got there is a Rashomon situation.
Yes. Boy, you said it. As a Rashomon.
I wasn't going to say
Because
that.
everybody had a different version of the story.
All right.
What baby?
What baby?
I heard him in the toilet.
I don't see a baby.
There's not a baby in the toilet.
There's a baby right there.
Where?
I don't see no baby.
Amigos.
I'm
Por favor.
confused.
Por favor. Madre de Dios. This is the mom afterwards.
The whole restaurant literally rallied against this woman because she was being so feral. And to answer some y'all's questions, no, they were not crying the whole entire time. I would have literally left if that would have been the case, but it was not. My mom took the pen from my son, and he said like a little noise, and the lady was like, I can't hear over them effing kids. So like any mother would do, I got out of my seat so quickly and ran to the wrong table. I was like, what did you say? And the table was like, it wasn't me. It was the table next to her who was literally hiding in her cubby like a little scared puppy.
All right.
Attitude coming through there.
Big time. You can
Wrong
hear.
table. That's a bad start.
Bad miss.
Yeah,
What did
just-
y'all say? Nothing.
Nada.
More chips?
We know.
Say it to my face. Huh?
One time.
Say what?
Listen, we were down in Myrtle one time.
Family or the boys?
Family. And my wife's cousin had just given birth, and the baby was premature. The baby was like a month old now, and only still like 5 or 6 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the waitress said, how much does he weigh? And the mom said, 5 pounds. And the waitress said, oh, I had one bigger than that come out my cooter. And my wife said, what did she say? And I said, nothing.
Just eat your stuffed crab.
Don't just. More sweet tea sugar.
Myrtle never disappoints.
Yeah.
That's Myrtle.
The dirty Myrtle.
That's Myrtle. She goes, oh, honey, I had one bigger than that come out my cooter. Everything stopped. I mean,
Flounder's hot.
Y'all got some fat shrimp tonight. You're lucky.
Y'all save room for dessert? No.
Key lime pie.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine something?
And all those voices in that clip sound like every Mexican restaurant you've ever been to, too.
Yep.
Loud white people yelling.
What baby? Where's the
Yeah.
baby? A lot of that.
can't hear over the babe.
I heard him in the toilet.
What toilet?
We couldn't hear. We were sitting at the table next to him. It's a baby. Apparently, the baby was playing with a pen. Mom took the pen away. The grandmother did, and the baby started crying a little. This is according to the mom.
I can't eat my enchiladas.
It's bad.
Not worth it.
Bad.
I always try to give. I try to give kids leeway. I don't mind when babies cry in certain restaurants.
If they do go too crazy, we used to take our kid outside.
most parents do.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
take them
but-
outside
yeah.
and try to get them. That's a tough time when you have a little kid and they're crying in a restaurant.
I get it.
Man.
I never
is.
took my kids out between 1 and 4 years old
Right.
and 5 and 18. I've never took them
I
out.
picked. Okay.
In those ranges.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we put that together. Do a little math on that. There's a story, bad story here. I mean, I guess you say bad. Do you give leeway on this? Taylor Swift is performing in concert right now. She's in Ireland giving performances. The temperature is unusually cool, 50 degrees at outdoor shows in Ireland. Maybe that's not that unusual.
It's nice for her, for the performers.
The only problem is,
There, people were sweltering at the other show.
oh,
right?
in
Well, that was
South America, it was 100 degrees, The only problem for Taylor is because it's been an extreme temperature change for her. She was in Edinburgh recently, and now there's video and pictures of snot keeps leaking out of her nose. And she's trying to discreetly get rid of it and then wipe it onto her gowns and so forth. And people are taking pictures and getting video of it. I give that complete. I mean, what are you going to do? She's singing up there for 2 or 3 hours, and it's 50 degrees, so her nose is running. She has discreetly wiped it on her jumpsuit on more than one occasion. And at one point, somebody got a picture of like a snot dangle hanging off her finger. Bad look. But unfortunate, but,
Show goes on.
she's entertaining, yes.
Yeah.
And one clip shows her as it's running down while she's playing the piano and she can't get her hands to it. She has to lick it with her tongue. You never think of these things as a performer, what they're
No, you
going through
don't.
up there, If it's not sweating in South America, it's mucus on your lip in
Too cold in
Edinburgh.
the UK.
Yeah.
Of course, she has a person to come up there in between songs, which I saw the other day. That she came up it's a female assistant, I guess, and brought her a guitar and a bottle of water she took a sip from and a Kleenex, and Taylor blew her nose and gave her the Kleenex right back.
Right back. That woman could sell that on eBay for $50,000.
She didn't think twice about taking the dirty Kleenex from her. But
Swift Snot. That's Swift Snot.
Yeah.
It smells like strawberries.
Yeah. That's right. Or cotton candy.
Cotton candy, I heard.
That's what I'm hearing, too. If you missed Travis Kelce recently, he was asked during Chiefs training camp, there's a clip going around of you cooking with Taylor Swift. Do you care to elaborate? It's too private.
It's a little off topic, but there's a YouTube short of you cooking with your significant other, and I just kind of want to know what you like cooking together.
I respect that question, but I'm going to keep that one to myself because, I thoroughly enjoy cooking with her. So it's something I would rather just keep personal.
Thanks, Travis.
Thank you. Taylor makes a great Pop-Tart and cinnamon roll.
So he did give a little information. As you know, the homemade Pop-Tart has gone very famous for Taylor Swift.
Smells like Pop-Tart.
Yes, a strawberry Pop-Tart is what she makes. And the last are ugly. I guess, I don't know if you'd call this ugly, but I read today, Christian was talking about method acting on here before.
Yes.
Jude Law is in something called, he played Henry VIII recently. I don't know the show or even movie. Firebrand is the name of it. Is that a show or movie? I don't even know.
Never heard of it.
He wore a cologne that was made to smell like blood and fecal matter so that it could be more real on the set because that's what Henry VIII smelled like. And I always think of Chris Demm saying, can't you just act?
That's Olivier said that first. It wasn't me.
Yes.
My dear boy, just act.
That's not method acting, though. If you have to buy a cologne, use real blood and real fecal matter.
He wanted everyone to know that he was in the character of Henry VIII, so they sprayed this cologne on him that reeked, they said. The other actor said it reeked of fecal matter and blood.
But see, not to get too into it, but if everyone at the time smelled like that, he's the only one on that set that smells like that. And our sensibilities aren't attuned to that. That was just how people smell.
Yeah, that's right. God, I bet that's right. I bet if we went back to that time period,
couldn't imagine the
smell would be awful.
There's poo and pee in the streets.
Yeah.
Those are the rich people smelling like that.
Yeah, he's a king.
Yeah.
He's king.
If they smelled us today, they'd probably think we stink.
You think?
Yeah. I think if they smelled Axe body spray, it'd be so, off-putting.
Maybe.
They might think we're Parisian whores.
Yeah.
Or that candle that Kelly just brought in here.
The scent was Parisian whore, in fairness. I got that over Trader Joe's. They had a Parisian whore
Looks
line.
like it came right off the Champs-Elysees.
$2.99.
You paid too much.
Can you name a candle there? We're Trader Joe's. We do what we want.
Ooh la la.